Holy crap, I hit the live button. Actually, I hit two live buttons because you know how to stream it. God, this looks terrible. It needs to be tucked underneath so that you get the illusion that I'm almost not wearing any earbuds at all. Because I'm going to need the earbuds when General Putz shows up. Look at that, you can barely, it blends right into ye old Star Wars t-shirt. Because you got to wear a t-shirt of Star Wars when you're talking about the Star Wars. What's up, Lemon Pie? Hello, Carrie. How are I would ask you how you're doing, but I know how you're doing. At least I'm pretty sure I know how you're doing. I was just talking with you before I came. What is underneath my foot? What the heck is poking at me? Let's find out. I have it was a toothpick. That could have been dangerous. Oh God. That happened to my sister a long time ago when we were just wee little children. It went way up in her foot. Ooh. This one's only plastic. That one was wood. I was like, this is the worst splinter of all time. Unlike, Master Splinter, who is the greatest splinter of all time. Just ask Raphael. I mean, you ain't be going up on buildings and shouting somebody's name if they're not fantastic. Although, maybe there are a bunch of terrible people out there that are shouting terrible names. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that at all. Let's talk about what we are here for, people. And by people, I mean nobody, because ain't nobody said anything in the chat yet. I've been rambling on for 2 minutes, and finally Carrie said hi. Now, I know that it seems like you had said something in the chat before I said that, but fucking StreamYard takes forever to put the comments up there. Oh, good morning, Christine. Finally, good morning? What does that mean? Is that like some type of Norwegian thing? Like, I don't know. Or are you saying the morning is fine? I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how to take that. Oh, Carrie finally said hi to Lemon Pie after, saying how it wasn't fair. It was fair, Carrie. You said that you were paying attention, so I just set up the stream. And then, boom, Lemon Pie was first again. Lemon Pie is always first. It makes you think, no, he's not over there. That's terrifying. Like, how did he know? How was he there so quickly? Just be getting these. Is he the only person in the entire planet whose YouTube notifications actually work? Because I set it up right before the half an hour mark, so you get that half an hour going live notification. Would you like to set a reminder? Like, as a person, what reminder are you possibly going to tell me instead of just letting me know that it went live? Like, you're going to send me the notification when it goes live? Or if I don't mark that down, you're not going to send me the notification that goes live. Because get your shit together, YouTube. I know your notifications work for fuck all anyways. Like, half of the people will be like, oh, well, I was going to watch from the beginning, but nothing told me that the beginning had started. Terry says, no, you didn't play fair. I tweeted first. Right, so Lemon Pie got here first. You tweeted first, and I retweeted first. So I'm a retweeter. Yeah. Everybody likes a quality retweet. And I had it play into my tweet so that things went together nicely. Oh, that doesn't happen every day. Sometimes you use up all of your clever in a day, and sometimes you just got a sliver left. I forgot to bring the chocolate milk down here. Damn it. But I can wait until my co-host shows up. And then, he's probably going to ramble on and then ask me what my thoughts are. And I'll be like, my thought was chocolate milk. That's why I need you here, so I can go get some chocolate milk and not have a bunch of dead air. Because dead air is the worst. Like, You pause for more than 3 seconds. I swear to God, I'm sitting there listening to freaking whatever podcast I don't remember. So you listen to a podcast, which is exclusively people talking into your ear hole. Just a bunch of random fucking disembodied voices. And if you don't hear one of these random voices for 3 seconds, you think, you're like, wait, did the Bluetooth shut off? Did something disconnect here? Did the phone hit pause? Like, what is going on? Did I lose signal? What is going on? But I'm getting 3 entire seconds. Oh my God, 3 seconds. Yeah, but exactly. It don't take very long when all you're supposed to be hearing is words and you ain't hear nothing. Not a single effing thing. You're like, did you die? Like, were you doing the show you recorded? You died on show, and they're like, well, we're keeping the podcast real, so we're going to keep that death in there. We're going to keep the sirens in it with everything. They're just going to wheel the gurney in, they're going to roll them onto it, they're going to wheel them out, and then boom, we'll cut the broadcast. We'll have them cut the broadcast at that point, because you know what? Do your jobs, coroners. And your job is, if you're pulling somebody out of the studio, hit the stop button, because that's the end. It's literally the end. You're like, well, he ain't breathing no more, so I guess no more podcast here. And I was like, well, he was 25. He lived a good life. No, the magical number's 27. I don't remember what, like, the super famous and stuff. Everybody dies before a certain number. It's 20-something. I don't remember what the hell it is. Somebody in the chat might know who it is, what it is. Like, Carrie, Lemon Pie, Christine, could you, like, tell me, please? What's the magical number that all these celebrities die at? I was messaging you back, PB. Oh, I missed that one before. Christine said, you are streaming and it's morning and not in the middle of the night over here, PB. Yep, we waited until 9:30 so that me and my co-host could do this show together. And as you can see, co-hostless. Co-hostless. It's not a word, but we're using it now. And apparently, oh God, my nose itches so bad. I hate that when that happens. Whoo! Oh, nobody's showed. Like, I sent a tweet. YouTube said that I was live, and ain't nobody showed up. It's very sad. Yeah, let's just give me a moment, people. Just give me a moment. I'm not going anywhere. Just need to shift around a little bit. We don't need to do that. Oh man. Don't have to do that. Not everything needs to be done on camera, does it? Like, if you were there in real person, in real life, in person, really in person. If you were really in person, I could just turn around. And then you wouldn't be looking at me. And you'd be like, what is going on over there? What? No, it's a secret. Through the magic of NotCam, which is not spelled with a K, spelled with a knot. Oh, itchy fucking leg from my animals, my cute weird piggies. Although, maybe it's from my skin being dry from my bar soap, because I definitely took a shower after playing with the pigs. The pigs are dirty animals. Super dirty animals. See, it would have been a perfect time for my co-host to show up, because that would have been an excellent transition, but we're still waiting on him. Don't know how long we're going to be waiting on him, but it's probably going to be a while. How long of a while? Nobody knows. The trouble I've seen. Nobody knows the sorrow of a dead chat, for the love of God. Did anybody I know that care? Lemon Pie, did you shout out the window? Usually we have a couple of lurkers by now, but ain't nobody lurking in the background tonight. Like, literally everyone who is here, I know it says that there's 3 watching, and one of them is me. So it's just Carrie and Christine. Although YouTube could be lying to me, and there could be 4 of us here if Lemon Pie is still here. I have no idea. I mean, did the chat entirely die? I rambled on for another 5 minutes. No chat. Carrie says, "Can Bitchy join you on panel till Zod gets there?" Well, what you didn't understand, Carrie, was that Bitchy went to pick up Zod at work and bring him back home to where they live, which is why she said that she is a fast driver. But then she sent a follow-up message saying that he was going to be late, which means I don't know how she would be able to get here before he'd be able to get here. If she hadn't, he wouldn't gotten him. Then maybe that was not a yawn, people. That was a taunt. I was talking the whole time. I don't know how to combine the words yawn and talk. Yawk. It was a yawk. I feel like that's the way that you gotta go. I don't know how else it would work, because the other way is just like, it doesn't even seem like it's changing the word, does it? Not really. Oh, Christine says, so now I can go and make me some coffee. Coffee? 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 Coffee. I don't know exactly how long I'm supposed to ramble on about nothing, because I don't think that I'm supposed to start doing the review of Andor episode 5 exclusively on Disney Plus, about to be reviewed by moi and the other guy. So I don't think anybody else is showing up. If they showed up in the chat and was like, yeah, I'm on your left and I would like to talk about the show again, we would definitely let Kylo Ren in, because why don't you want Kylo Ren's perspective on Star Wars? He did terrible at Star Wars, but here we are. Motherfucker played both sides and still fucking died. Like, oh man, like, you could have picked whichever way was the best, and they're like, I'm gonna go this way because I want to fuck this bitch. Which is pretty much all it was about. It was weird. Especially when people thought they were related. They're like, Disney, don't make the same mistake as George and have chick kiss her brother, because we're just winging it here. We have no idea. Carrie said, did you just yawn at us? If you yarn, people, it's because of PB. Yarn? How do you yarn people? I would like to know. Yarning people sounds like fun. Does that like, hey, I'm going to make this sweater the exact size that you need, so I'm just going to knit the yarn immediately over your body. Like, we're not judging anything. We're just going to keep on making it until you say it's wide enough, long enough, and fluffy enough. Because holy freaking yarn, man. I don't know who holy freaking yarn man is. It's definitely not me. I can't do nothing with yarn. I did some artwork with yarn one time, and it did not work out the way it was supposed to. It wasn't terrible, but it did not work out the way it was supposed to. Unlike, that's when you're supposed to click yourself in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am sorry I am late, folks. My fault, but I cook, and we don't get out at exactly the time that I plan. It's like, okay, so quick sidebar before we jump into Andor. So here's our policy, and tell me if this makes fucking sense.
This doesn't make fucking sense.
During the times, the movies are absolutely dead. Like, literally, I did not get orders until the end of the night. Thank you, all you fuckers who order food at night because you feel the need that you need fucking chili cheese fries at fucking 8 o'clock at night because you're watching Smile and you want to be scared. Fuck you. Anyways, so Greg, who I won't say his last name, but you can find him and find out what movie chain it is, decided that not only do I have to stay a half hour when the concessions close, but I have to stay an additional 15 minutes after that for fucking online orders. And you know what lazy fat ass people do? They go in their fucking movie, they wait until about 8:44 and they order all of the shit they possibly can when we're trying to clean up.
Yeah, because that's the last possible chance to order food for the munchies that they have.
Yeah, for like 40 minutes into the movie, and you know the kitchen is fucking closing.
I have a question. I have a question because, like, everybody has an ending time, but the kitchen itself should just, like, either be open or closed. Not like, well, we'll let you do the online order. That's not what my question is. My question is, if I order these chili cheese fries through the app and then you get my order and you're making it, how do I in turn get the chili cheese fries?
Oh, the manager will deliver it. What?
The manager?
Michael Myers. Yeah, because the runners get to go home. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. The runners get to go home. The fucking concession people get to close. The cooks and the late night manager, who's like closing the theater, gets to do the grunt work after that. That's why both sides are pissed. And thank you, Greg. That's why I hate your stupid fucking face when I see you on the fucking trailer. Hey, guys, everybody loves me. Everybody says hi. I'm kind of like a celebrity. No, you're not, Greg. No, you're not. You're the fucking reason these stupid fucking policies exist. I fucking hate you, Greg.
No. It's management, not Greg.
No, it's Greg. He's the one who extended it because I asked management and I said, okay, don't bullshit me, guys. Who can? And they said, yeah, Greg so-and-so was the one who decided it was more customer friendly and more
I love how you just like say Greg and everyone knows who you're talking about.
Well, not if you're not from Wisconsin, because believe it or not, those theaters aren't in New York at all.
Nobody from New York watches us.
I mean, you never know. I mean, they probably don't have these theaters.
I do know that nobody from New York watches us because there's only fucking 3 people.
Well, these are the hardcore.
I sat here and fucking bullshitted for 15 minutes talking about essentially nothing, waiting for my wonderful co-host to show up, and ain't nobody want to watch. I even sent a tweet. I tagged you in a tweet.
And I resent it, actually.
I know.
Which is rare for me. Like,
ain't no one give a fuck.
You know what, though? I like this because this reminds me, you remember the days of Game of Thrones? We got to bring that back. Speaking of which, we're going to...
Game of Thrones, the problem that I have with Game of Thrones is that the show is really good right now, like really good. So I'm not very thorny about it.
Yeah, well, I figured we can mix that in because Andor episode 4.
Episode 5?
Not gonna say not much happened, but
wait, why are you talking about episode 4? We just watched episode 5.
I mean 5. Episode 5. Not gonna say not much happened, but.
Not much fucking happened.
Not much fucking happened, yeah.
It's pretty much like the tail end of the previous episode. And like we said earlier, the next episode, a whole bunch of stuff is going to happen. And it's going to end that arc of Andor's story again.
Which, Disney, when you have a good show we like, when you're actually hitting it out of the park, okay? Please get a better fucking release model. Like, okay, take Stranger Things for a second. I know you probably didn't watch it, but the way they formatted it before.
What things are stranger?
Things in the 80s, man.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Coke's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
But no, if you have things that are broken into an arc, like I said, they don't have to release every episode, but do it in 3s because this gives those YouTubers, we all know those YouTubers, like ammunition because the only thing they have to run with right now is it's boring and it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And to be fair to those critics who don't want to give credit to anything because you're butthurt about everything. Good morning, Christy, and hail to everybody who said hail to me. I was just in the middle of a thought. I'm drinking a Monster. I'm jazzed off work. But PB, I know you agreed with me on this point.
Oh, I agree with stuff.
which we don't ever normally do, but we both did agree. You don't have to release the whole episode, but if you want to keep these bitchy, whiny YouTubers from not being correct in their reviews, then I think it would have been better to do this in threes, especially if all of your episodes are going to run in this exact format. Then there's nothing wrong with releasing 3 at a time, because then we still have a whole week. We know it's not ended. So, like you said, you keep the conversation alive. See, this isn't like Game of Thrones. And when we get to that, Game of Thrones is, like I explained to you, it has a beginning, middle, and end. So it always feels like we got a full episode.
Well, in the episodes, you said Game of Thrones, but I assume you meant House of the Dragon.
It's a Game of Thrones property. Yes, House of the Dragon.
Whatever. Okay. So my point was, those episodes are like 20 minutes longer.
That doesn't matter, though. I would bet money with how strong that writing is. Even if you took that 20 minutes away, they could still tell a compelling, complete story. That's what I'm saying. The way the story's coming off structured to me doesn't feel like the writing's strong, but like it's more of a run-on sentence that needs the tail end of that last episode to complete it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's done. Like, if people go back and rewatch this, and I really suggest you just wait for it all to drop and not watch it weekly like we do. But if you go back through and you watch it as a whole, I think it's going to flow magnificent. Like, you just go one episode into the other. It's kind of like structured like that. But then if you're going to do that, you can't do one episode at a time because it doesn't work. It leaves you off in a boring place, which, to be honest, I want to talk to you about that. I don't think it's boring. We're finding out a lot about the characters. Who do you think stood out for you this week?
Oh gosh. Well, technically 2 of them. Because whichever, I don't remember their names, but the white chick and the black guy, who are Imperial officers that are playing both sides.
Yes.
Who seem like when they're Imperial officers, they're like huge hard asses, like, do this now, do this now, do this now. And they're like, yeah, I just need you to do all that stuff now so that we can blow it up when it's looking real shiny.
Dude, I was thinking that. I gotta say, that guy, I don't know his name, but major fucking kudos, because that's fucked up when you think about it. He's like tricking them into making everything look nice, knowing they're going to fucking hijack it and there's going to be explosives and all that work. Like, and I was like, at least he gave him that little celebration, because I was like, come on, man, you're about to rob the shit out of him. Let the workers like celebrate, because he's like, all right, but then I want this to sparkle tomorrow. I was like, man, that's fucked up. They have no clue. Like, I've got to say, this show to me is so good with really getting into the war. And we've said this before. You don't need to do Jedis and things like that to make good Star Wars. You just need to have an interesting story. And I don't know about you, because I know you're a fan of lightsabers, but
still waiting for one.
I don't think we're going to see one. But we do have to give credit where credit is due. The political and war aspect is very interesting. And for me, being a soldier, it's cool to see the different side from the Empire. Like, hey, not all of them are assholes, you know? They're just like trying to survive in this dictatorship created by the Empire. And
Beyonce would be proud.
And when you think about a PB, and I never thought about this till the show, the rebels are kind of insurgents right now. They are like the Taliban of the universe. Like, I mean, that's what they're literally insurgents. They're inciting they're inciting a change against the government. So it really gives you a new perspective on the rebellion itself. And I think it's very well done.
Me too.
Like,
What a
I don't
great
know.
show.
Like seeing it from the other end, what do you think about how they're doing the perspectives from the point of view of the Empire and the rebellion?
Well, and now it makes me okay. Now that that's an excellent question. So we watched all of Rogue One. Don't know how many times you've watched it. I've watched it a few times.
Like 3 or 4.
Right. Andor is one of the main characters for the rebellion side. Now I want to see what the wars, because they give you a little taste of it here and there with those scenes with the officers of like what they're doing. Except I want to see the people that are working earnestly. Whereas these two officers, yeah, they're trying to keep stuff moving along, except they're literally doing it as a distraction. Like she's following the stuff that she's robbing so that she can continue to cover the tracks.
But then there's that one officer that's actually tracking them, and no one believes her that the rebellion is a real thing. You know, that one white chick there, she is legitimately tracking them down, but the Empire doesn't believe her because it's interesting because right now, right, they've taken over the galaxy technically. So they're the ones who are kind of laid back. And she's like following all these trails and she's like, they're going to hit somewhere else. And this makes me curious because now the plan is happening with Andor, right? Now, if this robbery, which I assume is going to go down, I'm assuming it's not going to go down without a hitch because I don't remember any of these characters. So it'll be interesting if she's like sitting here going, aha, I told you, right? Because that officer guy dismissed her and the head dude was like, just do your work. So-and-so has been in for like years and he's got seniority, which is all good points. But now this robbery could be the thing where she could be like, hey, I told you guys for months now, I was following these little breadcrumbs. No one was listening to me. And I think that's a very interesting way to look at it because now you get to see, because I've always wondered, like, how did they, A, not know what was going on, but B, when they did, they have somebody following the rebellion? Because when you get into the war in A New Hope, you know, they know about the rebellion. But what about these like little side missions? Like, did you have an Imperial officer going like, hey, shit's going down. These people are going to rebel and no one listened to them. I find it all like really well done. Very fascinating. And like you said, it makes me want to explore more of this. Like, you know, the sub.
Right, like what is shit. What is the guy's name that also plays the Skrull?
Oh yeah.
I want to say Ben Mendelsohn, but that don't seem right.
No, I wanted to say Ben Mendelsohn too, but that is right. It's Skarsgård. Stop.
No. The guy in Rogue One.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was Ben Mendelsohn.
Okay. So I want to see what he's doing right now.
Dude, I'd totally be down for a spinoff of that because he was a very interesting bad guy that I felt like didn't get enough screen time to really, because what would be neat is if this show showed that officer lady that we've been following report to him.
Because obviously the Death Star is already being built. Correct?
I'm assuming so. They haven't given us any Easter eggs or anything, but I imagine that'll come up later.
I mean,
because this leads into Rogue One.
This show leads into Rogue One, which leads into Episode 4, which, boom, they blow up a completely, fully operational battle station.
So I think that, yeah,
and
it would
in
be
turn kill tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. It was like blowing up a tiny planet. Way to go, Luke.
I mean, I think this is a good way for Star Wars to move forward, is to do these side stories, because from logical reviewers, I hear a lot of people say like this is a very unique spin. And I mean, God help us, I don't want to jinx it, but they're doing an
I
excellent
got some
job.
wood here. I've knocked on some wood.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually doing, at least to me, they're doing a really great job fleshing them out. Like, I hated Andor. Remember, I told you this was the show I had the
See,
least amount in.
I didn't hate him the way that you hated him, because yeah, you can go back and find a conversation where Rogue One comes up, and you've definitely said that you fucking hate Andor. This show's gonna be stupid. Why the fuck would they ever make a show about Andor? That's what General Zod said. And I said, yeah, I don't understand. Like, I come from a slightly different perspective, because I didn't care about him. Like, I didn't hate the character. I didn't like the character. I didn't give a shit about the character. Whereas I cared about everybody else on the team in Rogue One. I didn't give a shit
Even
about him.
Jane
Jyn Erso.
Jyn, yeah, Jyn. I even cared about her a lot more.
So I thought, like, oh, they're gonna make a TV show that happens before Rogue One. I was like, Jyn Erso it is, because it's Disney, so it's gotta be about women, right? Not in this fucking show. He is gonna kill some women.
And God help me, they appealed to me with Andor because he's an asshole. So when he started doing asshole things, I go, well, fuck, I got a new favorite character now.
Oh,
he is an asshole through and through. And
I thought for sure he was going to like give the Cliff Notes version of how he got that blaster.
Yeah, and I love how he did not. I like his attitude
at all.
Does
it matter?
Yeah, like my favorite part of that episode was like when he turned and looked at that guy, and that actor who was being the dick, he was in Punisher. He played
the movie or the TV show.
Yeah, he was in the first season. He's a very good actor. I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and I like how he looked at him, and he was like, "Hey, if you want to back out of this, don't use me as an excuse." And I was thinking that and I go, am I fucking agreeing with Andor right now?
That was a great speech. No, I don't know who the fuck wrote that, and then the way that he fucking performed it, that was a great speech.
I like this because it was like I said.
He's like, of course I'm afraid, but that doesn't mean I've lost my nerve.
Dude, this is weird for me, and I would think a lot more people would like this because and anybody who you see review this, people out there, and they say, oh, blah blah blah, one thing, yes I do.
Can bitchy hear me?
Yes.
Zod loves assholes.
Oh, she's John right now.
That's okay.
He just said Zod loves assholes because somebody commented.
You commented.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, I thought you were going to
I want to see the finished product. I'm super excited.
I'm going to beat all those losers. Even a tent.
She's doing something drawing wise for work, and I said, well, those people aren't going to fucking win it. She's drawing Michael Myers for something.
Oh, you want to show them the reference picture?
Oh, yeah. It's my favorite one from Halloween Kills.
This is a drawing contest?
Isn't that from Halloween Ends, that picture?
I don't know. They had the same one from Halloween Kills, too.
I just didn't want to do the poster for Halloween Ends, because that's like, I want something a little different.
I mean,
are you sure that's from Halloween? It's not from Halloween Ends?
No, it might be from Halloween Ends. I don't know. He's always fucking holding the knife and looking menacingly in every poster. It all bleeds together. I just know he's gonna kill someone. Little sidebar, okay, before we go back to Andor. You know what pisses me off? I was watching reviews on Halloween Kills, right? And I did my own review. And there were these assholes coming out going, well, yeah, like there were things about the movie that annoyed me.
Wait, when did you do a review?
Oh, when it first came out?
Yeah, that's Halloween Ends.
Oh, you said Kills. Sorry, I was thinking about Ends.
Yeah, Ends I'm definitely going to see. And I said, look,
No, that is from 2. Damn it.
that's still an awesome
I
one.
wanted
Anyways,
to do.
we'll just look up one from 3. It's fine. Anyways, the thing that pisses me off, and I said, hey, this was the title said Halloween Kills, right? Was there Michael Myers? Yes. Did he fucking kill a lot of people? Yes.
Yes.
Was it called Halloween Kills? And did it live up to what I expected when I paid, money to see it? Yeah. I got everything.
Like what, 12, 13 euros?
Yep. At least.
Damn
So
it.
it was like, if I go to see a movie that says Halloween Kills and say he didn't kill anybody, then I would be a little bit upset.
Oh my god.
But that
That would be a
motherfucker,
disaster.
No, it looks the same.
that
Yes, looks the same.
oh yeah, that's
It's
just
supposed to
yeah.
look
So
the
you're good.
same.
But I thought it had like stitching on it.
No, you're good.
No, I mean for
No,
Halloween
that's-
Ends, it looks like it's like stitched up the side.
Yeah, that was because you got shot in the mask.
Okay, well then why don't you just put the
Doesn't look
stitching
like
in
it's stitched-
yourself?
Oh, they're stitching. Okay, never mind.
What was that?
I said she could put the stitching in herself. Like, be creative.
Oh yeah, you've seen her drawings. They look
Yes, I have seen
fantastic.
her drawings. They're great.
Oh yeah.
She's like having a mental block because she wanted to draw something that she can't find a picture of. I'm sure she knows how to wing it.
But yeah, so everybody's like talking about how
who else is winging it?
who?
Andor.
Oh yeah, so but yeah, I like that he is an asshole, but he's like,
This is what we're gonna do. Well, it's a damn good thing I was here, else what were you gonna do? I don't know. We'd figure it out. Fucking A if you would. You'd all be dead.
I love that scene. It's like, wait a second, you guys know there's clamps or whatever. Yeah, we'll just blow them up or something. It's like, I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
what
the
do we have
fucking,
to
how
do?
did the
Like,
rebellion
amazing.
get that far?
Motherfucker, like they got this whole fucking heist set up, right? That's all they know all the things they're gonna do. And then they give the packet of information to Andor. He learns the packet of everything. And then they're going over it one more time. And why the fuck are they asking him questions if they don't know nothing about him? Like, what about this? What about this? What about that? Well, we know that you worked with the Empire. Yeah, I work with the Empire because I'm a goddamn mercenary. I work everywhere.
And I think that's why they were asking him questions. But that's what confused me about their heist was, I was on board with how they set it up. But then I swear to God, Andor has been like my muse through this. Because when they get to that step, I said at the TV at the same time, I go, wait a second. How the fuck did they not know this was going to be clamped down? You got an inside man. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. You got an inside man. You learn the routes. Awesome. You got a reasonably decent escape plan. Kind of crazy, but doable. You know, it goes through the thing, the lunar cycle. That was fucking brilliant. And then the one thing that will halt you, and literally when you have like specific time that you have to get the transport so the fucking TIE fighters don't blast you, they didn't know it was on a fucking clamp. It's like, and it's so cool to see this, and this is what I talk about with how good the writing is, because that is very, like, that's a crucial thing. And militarily wise, right? Logistically, little shit like that is how people get caught. You don't get caught for some big thing unless you're a fucking idiot. You get caught because of one little detail you didn't think about before you set it. And do you know how many people they probably had to bribe? The shit they had to move around? Like
7.
Like, I would have loved to see that scene plan out and like Andor get to the heist and then go, hey, wait a second, guys. What about the clamps? And then everyone's just looking at each other. How fucking hilarious would that have been?
Oh, yeah, you would have got there and been like, okay, well, you guys got to open these clamps up. And they'd all go, what? What do you mean open the clamps? What do you mean just look? He's like, yeah, well, we got to unclamp this fucking thing. And they'll be like, we don't know. We didn't know there was a clamp, and then he'll just be like, I'm just fucking with you. I got a tool.
But it's just like,
I just wanted to point out how all of you are fucking idiots, and I'm actually the one that knows what the hell I'm doing. I am the prime jihadist.
Like, I liked the fact, and to be fair, and I know we hear this a lot, but it's kind of true, especially coming off of She-Hulk. God,
what do you got against She-Hulk?
Everything. That show is wrong on every
It's
conceivable
so
level.
funny.
I'm gonna do a review.
Dumb. It's so dumb. It's funny.
No, it's not even to that. To me, it's just bad. Like, bad.
She's
like,
hilarious. Like her going out and dating.
Watching it.
Wong is there. Like, that's one of the greatest post-credit scene in any show, in any movie, in all of the MCU is Wong and his woman just sitting there talking about what shows that he's watched, eating popcorn. Or no, the drinks.
You're the reason why we have shitty Marvel shows. You and all of the MCU whores that suck Kevin's dick. You guys are the reason. So
why would you say that?
I'm blaming all you motherfuckers.
No, that sounds Wong to me. That sounds Wong to me.
No, the only and this is the only thing I liked about She-Hulk, because I'm not going to lie and say I didn't like everything, but the one thing I did like that I found funny, even though they did it twice, the same joke, was when that dude was in the office, the Immortal, and they start gossiping, and then they start going, he says something about his wife, and he offends one of them, and then they start going, and he just picks up his hat casually and throws himself out of the window. I fucking laughed. Hilarious. Like, I was on the ground crying. I go, okay, She-Hulk, you got me on that one. And then he just I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
I haven't seen all the episodes.
Yeah, that's the only funny part. Dude, it's like taking a painful shit for me watching that show. But anyways, no, back to a good show.
I win again. I am so funny.
But no, I think with Andor
is definitely better than She-Hulk. Just so people get me clearly.
The thing that took me by surprise is they actually make competent male characters. Like,
I would say in this show, like, because I'm sure there are other people out there talking about it, and they'll be like, oh, well, they're still making whatever. No. In this show, there are more, because I don't care about the incompetent. I care about the competent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, incompetent are irrelevant. They're all going to die. Competent, there are more competent males in this show than there are females.
But conversely, the females too, there's a balance, because that one officer lady, I really like.
I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about like the sheer numbers. Like they, at least from what I can tell, because of when it takes place in the Star Wars timeline, have stuck to the numbers. Like, there should be more male officers than female officers, because that's how it was.
And I like the fact that it's balancing those things without trying to placate either side. They're getting into politics, but like, okay, I heard rumors there were supposed to be references to modern day whatever, and I call bullshit on that. Like, I've seen other reviews, and I see where you can kind of pull it if you're really looking. But if you think about George Lucas's original work,
some of these, I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, go look up some of it. They pull some shit like, as some people are saying it's a reference to Trump and all of this stuff. And I go, well, if you look at it,
everything is a reference to Trump. Duh.
Of course. And even the creators came out and said there's some references to things that happen, blah, blah. But I ignore them because I expect them to fuck up their own show before it premieres. But if you look at the original Star Wars, we can say the same thing about that. Hey, Kiefer. We could say the same thing about that.
Kiefer?
Because you can apply the theory of Star Wars to anything. Like, literally, the premise is vague but specific in the universe, but vague in the sense of, references to our modern day or whatever. It's specifically written that way. You could literally take the rebellion and the empire and use it in any war kind of situation.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use it in this war. Huh. Good God, y'all.
Like, I don't know. I find it weird. So what was your I didn't have it's really hard to say because of how these are structured, but I gotta be honest with you, I didn't find a scene I really didn't like this episode. I really liked everything.
Well,
like
not that I didn't like, but there was stuff that I like. I don't give a fuck about she's a senator.
Yeah, that was weak.
I don't give a fuck about the senator and her problems
Husband
with
and
the child.
Bratty kid.
No, the husband seems like he's involved with something as well. Like he knows what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he seems nefarious in the same way that Jack, the potential stepfather in Hawkeye.
Yep.
Right? How he seemed nefarious at the beginning and he knew how to sword fight and holy fuck. And then he's like, no, I was just taught how to fence when I was a little boy. And, I kept doing it. And then he's like the nicest fucking guy you could ever fucking meet. When
you want to hear
in reality, it was her who was the dastardly bitch.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to hear something crazy, that guy who plays Jack in that show, he's in Better Call Saul, and he plays the second greatest villain in the Breaking Bad universe. You should watch that. He plays this gangster called Lalo, and he does the same thing in Better Call Saul that he did in Hawkeye, where he smiles and stuff, but he's actually nefarious. Like, he literally will smile at someone and shoot him in the face. He was one of the greatest characters. They'd be like, talk to you like you're a friend. Like, he's a likable villain. Like, you'd invite him over, not realizing he just like slaughtered a whole family. And so when I saw him in Hawkeye, I was like, oh, this guy's a great actor. And he played it the exact same way he did Better Call Saul, except for the plot twist was he was an actual good guy. Because I was expecting him to be bad because I saw Better Call Saul. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's evil. And then, he was just a patsy.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I didn't.
Anyway, I think something nefarious because whatever the conversation. I mean, where are they going? That they're taking the long way to get wherever they're going. I don't get that, but I don't give a fuck about the stuff between her and the child. So it's not that I disliked it because I have a feeling something is going to connect to it later in some way, like the daughter went someplace and dicked around while they were gone, and that was connected to this, blah, blah, blah. And wherever they're going, I assume is something to do with the rebellion. I don't fucking know. I have no idea exactly what is meant to happen, which is good.
You know what wild idea I had? I don't know if this is true. Just tinfoil cowboy hat for a second.
True. It's not true, but continue.
I feel like maybe the daughter will find out something about the mom and she'll report her. That's where wouldn't that be fucking like, because I'm thinking like the daughter's a bitch as it is. Like, I did not
call me China way.
So, and she seems very much like with the program. So I feel like she's gonna find out something. Oh yeah, they got her. And I can take that as a statement of the youth today. But I feel like she's gonna find out, like maybe, find when the mother's rendezvousing with Stellan Skarsgård there or overhear something, and I think she's gonna report her. That's just my theory. I don't know, but it feels like that would be very interesting because, people raised up in the Empire, I imagine, would be loyal, and kids are fucking stupid. So
it's true.
especially teenagers. So I could picture her
Like,
finding
hey,
out.
will you give
reporting
us
her mother.
some? You give us information on your parents, and we will give you some candy in that van over there.
Yeah, just follow us in the Big Bang Fan. Don't worry about the windows being blocked out. It's okay.
It's to keep the information inside safe.
But yeah, I mean, I have this feeling like because they've done a very good job with everything that they show having a purpose in the show. And I think that showing the husband and the daughter, I think it's something to do with them. And then the husband kind of struck me as dodgy and also like, fuck, my wife and daughter are arguing. I'm just going to sit here silently.
Dude,
like, I was laughing when he did that.
I'm not getting in the middle of that shit. Like,
Yeah,
two women
just like-
sniping at each other. I am not falling for that trap.
And you know what I was saying? I was sitting there thinking to myself as I'm watching it, I'm like, dude, don't say anything. It's a trap. I go, you're going to have to pick sides. And this is worse than a rebellion, man. Don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
And he did the smart play. He's just silently smiling. And she goes, thanks for the support. I go, hey, let her take the jab because that's better than having like a 3-hour fight. But yeah, pretty good. So where they left off, they were getting ready to do the
Dude,
heist.
like, it's just a fucking, like, it's so, that is probably the most annoying thing about the show.
I agree.
Is, like, quite obviously, you can't miss a moment of the start of episode 2 because it picks up immediately after episode 1 and the same from 2 into 3. But shit, if you could have started watching at episode 4 and you could almost miss nothing.
Yeah. You'd only miss an arc.
Like, essentially, we're sitting here with Easter egg information because he said something about how he got that blaster. Like, he had some smart-ass comment that alludes to what he did. And if somebody hadn't watched the first 3 episodes, they'd be like, ooh, I wonder what he did to get that blaster. Intriguing. And this is the same thing that we got in this episode from the previous one. Like, the previous one, Andor was recovering a little bit, and then we're just moving stuff around, lots of talking. And this was more of the same. They just like, okay, we're going to burn our little set piece in our entire camp, and we're going to go try and steal this shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing where
So I guarantee the next episode picks up right where they were standing.
And then it'll go actually into the heist. And that's what I mean. Like, my only complaints with the show so far is it should have been done like they first released it. 1, 2, and 3. And then you do.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. Boom. And we have that. I think it would have worked fine. Even if you cut down how many weeks the show is, you still have that buzz generated. And I think it would play better with people because they would go into an action scene at the ending where it could be like, oh, yeah, there was some talking here, but fuck that last scene, boy. That last episode was really worth it because I feel like that it sets up stuff and there is payoff. But when you're waiting week to week, you forget things, other things come on. I'll tell you what, I look forward to this a fuck of a lot more than She-Hulk. Like, I dread going through and having to watch that. Oh, when's that new episode coming out? Because I checked, they normally both drop Wednesday. Like,
not sure.
The fuck? She-Hulk, get your shit together. But yeah, I definitely look forward to watching it week to week. That's not my issue. I just wish to give us more. It'd be like if a boys episode came out and we didn't feel fulfilled. And that's what I mean. Like, you could get one episode of the boys and be good for a week because so much shit happens in that one episode.
So much is being jam-packed into those, whereas it seems like they're really stretching this one out. And they're using a bunch of what I would consider like filler time. Like, I don't need as much time with these new characters as what we're getting.
And
like,
it's not to say they're bad.
If they're gonna kill off this entire group of people, I don't need them because there's going to be a season 2.
Well, but then here's the interesting part. If they don't kill them off, then you got to explain why they're not in stuff
Well,
later.
I mean, that's easy. Like, they're just on a different mission. That's all. Like,
I
it's
mean,
super easy. It's always super easy in Star Wars to explain where somebody is because you don't have to have all of the intricate details unless you're planning on telling that story. And you can just say, well, we sent them to this part of the galaxy on a mission. You ain't got to say anything besides that, just a mission.
but I think that the one thing they're doing good is even though like it's a lot of Hawken, I do find a lot of these characters fascinating, especially the people that he's traveling with. I am interested in their stories just to know how they got there, you know, or what their individual gripe is with the Empire and stuff. And they gave us like a vague overview, but the actors are doing a good job. The directing is good. The dialogue is really good. They got some pretty good lines in there that they say back and forth. It's just I wish the pacing was slightly better. So I guess where do we land on giving this? It's so hard to rate this because I feel like when we do a rating, it goes up every day, every week, because then I get more context.
That does
So,
help. I would say 8.
yeah, I'm leaning towards an 8 myself. I did like the back and forth. There was a lot of dialogue, but I think it does add to understanding where people are maneuvering stuff. I don't give a shit. Like my minus points would probably be for the senator stuff. I don't give a shit about her family, except for, maybe a portrayal thing later or to see how they fit in. But honestly, she's probably the most boring aspect of it. The rest of the cast is pretty solid. So, yeah, I mean, not really much to talk about. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about the next episode because that's the actual heist.
Did you give a number just now or no?
Yeah, I give it an A too. Lemon pie, Andor is not a bore, but our best suggestion we can give you is really wait at least 3 episodes before you start watching, because how it's structured appears that every arc ends at the end of the 3rd episode. So they released 1, 2, and 3. That was one arc. We're in another one. So 4, 5, and 6 are like a different little arc. And then whatever the last ones are. And then I guess 2 on the tail end because it's 12 episodes or whatever. So it is very interesting. The characters are very very intriguing. It's beautifully shot. Yeah, definitely go the full 3 episodes. You'll know by the end of the 3rd episode. But it's a lot more building and developing the people. There's a lot of political stuff, which makes it interesting. You actually get a good insight to both how the Empire runs and the beginning of the rebellion and how they're running their thing. And it makes you go, how the fuck did the rebellion win? That's what I keep on thinking when I watch this. I'm
That's
like,
a damn good
how
question.
the fuck? But it's true. When most people start these things, right, you don't have the smoothest start. Like we came in, it makes me feel like when you watch episode 4 again, you're coming into when they got good leaders and they were organized. But holy fuck, you're like ground roots. This is like the beginning of the rebellion, and they are disorganized as fuck and not good at strategy at all. Like when you hear the heist or you get to where we're at, it is very hilarious how it's like 6 people that are gonna heist this Imperial fortress. And the funny part is I hated Andor, but pretty much Andor says what you're thinking to these people as they're explaining the plan. Like, wait a second, we're stealing from an Imperial garrison. Wait, there's TIE fighters. Like, how the fuck are we gonna outrun them? Like, to me, I understand now why he was so important in Rogue One, because he's the person who is like, yeah, I want to stick it to the Empire, but I kind of don't want to die doing it.
Yeah, you can only really get them one time when you go that route.
Oh yeah, and you know, I blame that as per usual. Blame it on the woman because he fell in love, and I don't know. That whole scene bothered me at the end too because I was like, look, she's all right looking, whatever, but bitch, I ain't gonna sit here on a fucking moon and watch the stars come up and fucking get blasted by a laser. Now, granted, you probably get incinerated and you wouldn't feel much, but bro, like this is gonna make me like if they go season 1 and 2, I'm gonna be like, dude, Andor survived all this shit just to be blasted by a giant fucking laser, like helping Jen out. Who doesn't even fucking live. Like, oh, that's gonna piss me off more now watching Rogue One because I'd be like, dude, you should have stuck with your policy, not falling for the chick, and you could have been like badass. Like now, I understand why we had that scene in Rogue One where it opens with him blasting the dude, and you go, oh, this motherfucker doesn't. What does that mean, perp? Perp. If you're gonna say these vague sentences, you have to come on, not just like throw something out there. It's like Andor or hold the door. That sounds more like a Game of Thrones reference to me.
Oh, it does. That's a good character. Speaking of good characters, you want to move on to some good characters?
Who?
What do you mean? We gotta change shows. We gave our numbers. Now it's time to change shows so we can watch some Dragon Riders.
So yeah, House of Dragons. Holy shit! Wow, so much happened. So what was your favorite moment? Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, shit went down.
My favorite moment in House of Dragon.
Yep.
Oh God, I don't even know if I remember all of it. Is this the one? This is the episode where no, that was the previous episode where she went in after she just had the baby, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is the one where that kid got his ass beat and he had one eye and he got the meanest dragon of them all. Like the huge one, the mother's dragon or whatever.
Did I not watch the episode from Sunday?
Oh, you must not have. Now I don't know if I want to.
I thought that I did. I thought, unless I friggin' fell asleep watching it, I thought for sure that I watched it either Sunday or Monday night.
Oh, I did say good morning to you, Christine. I said, hey, good morning. Sorry if you didn't hear me, but good morning.
Hold on. What else happened in the episode?
They finally show how crazy what's her face's rival is, the queen. She like actually goes after her, but they break it up. You see more scheming from my favorite character there. I always forget his name. Damon.
You just call him Doctor.
Yeah, the doctor. He's got more plans. Yeah, there's a battle scene between dragons. You must not have seen it.
Nope, definitely not.
All right, so we'll save that. We could save that
Son
for
of
Friday.
a bitch.
I was like, yeah, we'll do a double header. I mean, you know, but an hour is good because we stretched out the Andor review like Andor stretched out its episodes.
What do you mean? We didn't fucking stretch it. I talked for 15 minutes before you got here. It was like
I think this.
It's like a 45-minute review, and it's the best one that you're ever gonna find on YouTube.
Yes, because unlike other content creators, we're actually fair and just don't think everything Disney makes sucks.
We might be the most objective motherfuckers with our subjective point of view.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
that's a
kind of
real sentence.
it's kind of sad. Like I just getting on to other reviews. Just and here's the thing: you guys don't have to listen to us or anybody else on the internet. Give the show a watch. I think it's definitely worth your time. Watch it in threes. It's very beautifully shot.
Wait a week and then watch 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
Because
don't.
you know shit's gonna pop off in that next episode.
Oh yeah, and you can feel the build up too, like literally everything leading into an episode, and that's what's confusing.
Then they're gonna do it again.
Yeah, I think that they should have structured this slightly better. I'm curious because it's
Can
not
you
going to work
imagine?
in.
Okay, so what if they would have made 4 movie length almost episodes?
I think that would have almost been better because you would have had a full set. It would have been a complete
What would
story.
have been nice? All they just need to make it to the magic numbers of 5 or 9.
Yes, those are going to be. And
Do you
then
know what
who
the
knows?
magic? Do you know what the magic is between 5 and 9?
No.
So if they have 5 episodes, you have to subscribe for another month to get the last one. If you have 9 episodes, you have to subscribe for another month to get the last one. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Because then
Like, Disney cares about making money, but in turn have given me a great show to watch.
I would say out of everything I've seen, and I will have a review on God Help Me, Hocus Pocus 2 that fucking ruined my childhood. I'd say out of all of the shit that they've released, and I do mean shit, this has been the best of the newer stuff they've been releasing.
Yep.
That I've seen on the show. Like honestly, Hocus Pocus was fucking garbage. I've had people actually giving it good reviews, and this is why you get shit. And I hate whenever any of these remakes or a sequel from like a movie 30 years ago comes out and people are all like, oh, this is so great, because you give them a reason for us to get more of this shit where they put no fucking effort into it. And they think if they just bring back the old cast, we're going to go, hey, yeah, look, I'm a puppet. Just control me, Disney. Here's fucking money.
Christine's going to watch 2 at once. Quick question.
Good for you.
Did you know? Hold on. We're talking about TV shows. Did you know that season 2 of Chucky is out?
No, I gotta watch it. I've been waiting for it because it's the one reason I have Peacock, besides Halloween coming back. Halloween coming out, and I like watching those movies.
Isn't Chucky on Sci-Fi?
It is, but I don't get it because I only have the streaming subscription, so I gotta wait. But here's the good thing. If I wait for it to come out on Peacock, there's no commercials and it's uncut. So I get to see additional like 2 or 3 minutes that they cut out for Sci-Fi or the other channel.
I hope being that it's uncut, they wash under the flap.
I hope so too. No, there's just
you
a few more
don't get a whole lot of circumcision jokes on the internet. You're welcome, people.
No, with the uncut version, there's a little bit more cursing, like where they would bleep it out. He just says the word, and the kill scenes are more brutal, if you could believe it. So,
say, "Oh, this is so great!" Again, that was pretty funny. Do you know that drunk short that you did?
Yes.
The writing is great. Acting is great. Oh, the movie was great.
I'll tell you, Top Gun is up there on my top 10 list. I'm going to tell you, my top 10 list this year is going to be a motherfucker. There's been so many good movies. But everybody probably already knows what my number one movie is going to be. If you don't, then you haven't been on my channel that long.
Right.
But
It's
clearly,
quite
everybody.
Morbius.
No, man, that was last. That was last
Are you
year,
sure?
wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last year.
It's October, so I don't know.
But you know what movie would even trump that? Even though we do pray to the altar of Jared Leto here. No.
Turn the camera. No, that's not. I meant towards the person you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Hold on, my mic might go.
Yeah, Nick Cage. You gotta redo the mic now. Nick Cage needed to be on camera.
So, yeah, the unbearable weight of massive talent is probably going to be my.
I need to see. Is that on a streaming service?
What's that?
What streaming service is it on now?
I don't know. Actually, I could probably look it up. I just mean to buy it as soon as it's available to purchase.
Purchase.
Yeah, as soon as Amazon has it, that's going right in my collection. But yeah, that's definitely more than likely going to be my number one for this year. And people try to say Thor, blah blah blah.
Thor.
Yeah.
Thor.
You know what shocks me? People actually have Thor up there high on this year's top movies. Thor, to me, I'm going to do a worst movie list, and it's going to probably be number 10 on there because there were far worse movies, but that's definitely on my top 10 worst movies of 2022. Thor, Love and Thunder. Fuck you.
I don't have strong opinions either way, but at least Thor was a hero, so I gave it a 6 and put it ahead of the Batman because not all 6s are created the same. And Batman.
See, that's where I think you're smoking some serious shit.
Because he didn't
put Thor, that
shitty
movie, before fucking Batman. I can't help you. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how you could put them in the same league. That's like T-ball versus the major leagues. Like, Thor was a shit movie, and the sad part is, Thor
except this is what you're talking. So if Thor is the T-ball game and the Batman is the major league, it's the most exciting fucking T-ball game you ever seen in your entire goddamn life, and this professional game is on rain delay, just waiting for Batman to save someone. Nope, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Nope, didn't happen.
Okay, I get your gripe with that, but I still wouldn't give it ahead of the Batman, where you have the worst fucking waste of Christian Bale I've ever seen in any movie he's ever done. The worst fucking
they dusted
jokes.
Him up real nice. They dusted him up, man.
The worst fucking jokes in any of the recent movies to come out. The fucking just stupidest subplots. Honestly, the two things that saved that movie, and make it, there's two things that saved that movie: Christian Bale and Korg. If you took them out, that movie is complete shit. Like, I can't hate Korg. Like, that's my boy right there. I don't know anyone who could hate Korg. Like, you know, he's aces, but the rest of that movie was shit. I've never had an experience with a Marvel movie, and this includes fucking Captain Marvel and the Eternals, where I wanted to walk out because I was so annoyed. Eternals, I wanted to fucking sleep. Captain Marvel, I don't know. It was kind of fun watching the train wreck towards the end of the movie when I'm Just a Girl is playing as she's beating up people. Holy fucking shit. It was beautiful. Like looking in retrospect, I'm like, you know what? We gave Brie Larson a lot of shit, but oh boy, Marvel said, yeah, we can fuck up movies worse. Hold my beer. And every single fucking movie except I will defend Multiverse of Madness. There were some useless parts, but I think that was watchable at least. And Shang-Chi. I called that one from the beginning. No one fucking believed me, but that one was also pretty solid. But fucking Thor Love and Thunder was, oh my God. And people defending it is the reason why you're going to continue to get fucking stupid, shitty, dumb fucking jokes in every fucking movie. Like, okay, PB, I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy last night with Bitchy, right? And we made a comment. Oh, look, Marvel can do something serious, but still have jokes. Like the movie opens with fucking Peter Quill getting abducted and his mom dying of cancer. But we still laughed afterwards because there was fucking actually funny jokes. Now, they repeat the cancer storyline, but they make it a big fucking joke. And I'm like, you could do a serious with the serious music and we're all kind of feeling down. And then in a later scene have a joke. It was so poorly structured. I do not understand the editing process. And I feel like Taika Waititi may have been forced to take some things out because also there's some breaks in the story that just don't make sense.
Does he have long hair in the back or no? No, he has short hair, right?
He has short hair. It's like bald. But yeah. Fucking hate that movie. Fucking, it's gonna be on my top 10 worst fucking movies of this year, along with some other ones, because there's been some terrible movies. Eternals made last year, so I can't do that one last year. But I do it 2 fucking years in a row if I could. But yeah, so I'd say this is a good time to wrap it up. Wouldn't you, Mr. PB?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, because you know me, I could talk about. See, lemon pie.
Talk about everything and nothing forever.
Yeah, lemon pie. I disagree, and I've disagreed with everyone. But now Thor did make me look stupid. I don't think the humor was bad in Ragnarok. I think it was just right. I think that Love and Thunder was what Ragnarok could have been. I like Ragnarok. I've watched it tons of times more than fucking. I will never watch Thor Love and Thunder, like never go back to it. I've watched fucking Captain Marvel more than I'll watch Thor Love and Thunder. And Captain Marvel isn't that fucking good at all. I just like the references. You don't see a blockbuster anymore. That was I'll give them credit. That was neat. A little throwback. I like the little 90s montages, but because, I mean, man, how many movies do we get where they actively do the 90s? It's always the 80s or the 70s or something like that. We never get a movie that's based in the 90s. And, you know, exciting shit happened in the 90s. What the fuck? Come on, guys. Are we going to wait until, like, 2080 before we do something in 1990? We're like, look at how retro they were. Grunge was the thing. Hey, Ice Queen. Sorry, we're getting ready to wrap it up. We talked about Andor. Go back, rewatch it. By the way, this channel isn't sponsored by this, but, you know, fuck it, because PB loves when I throw a sponsorship in. If you guys like movies and you like to have a piece of the movie, let me tell you guys about moviepalettes.com. Moviepalettes.com is the only website on the internet that takes the actual color scheme of the movie, so the background colors, and it puts it on a palette for you guys, which is literally the whole entire movie. So you want Star Wars, you want National Treasure, hell, you could get Jaws as a movie palette and hang it up, and when your friends ask, what are those barcode things, what does that mean, you'd be like, that's a movie palette, and you can tell them that you got it exclusively with my code ZONE15 over at moviepalette.com, and you get 15% off. So thank you to Movie Palette, who sponsors my channel. It's a great partnership, and go check them out because they got really good deals. I got my Movie Palette. I've been meaning to hang up. I got to get the nonstick tech so we don't make holes in the wall. But yeah, go check out moviepalette.com. Put in my discount code and save 15% on all of your purchases. And it does help the channel out because I'm currently not monetized because YouTube sucks. So go over there if you want to support the channel. Pick yourself up something awesome. And yeah, they even have reviews. So you can write critiques on the time you arrived. You can track all of your orders. It's really cool stuff. So anyways, thank you, everybody. We're going to wrap this up. PB, do you got anything coming up you want to talk about? Any surprise streams or maybe something that happens on Monday that I can't be a part of? Because
no surprise streams, just the fandom zone in 2 days. Be there.
2 days. You'll be over in late night talks. And I've got, oh boy, I've got a juicy article this week, and it's about someone I haven't talked about in a while. And if you want to know who that is, but you guys can guess based on people I hate who it may be. There's 3 big ones, but you probably hit on one. And I heard some rather startling news, rather stupid fucking news, and I can't wait to share it because there's going to be a big old rant on how fucking fucked up our justice system is. Confirmed. So, yeah. No, starts with an AB. That's all I'm giving you. AB. Yeah, it's I got some developments, and I haven't talked about the story because I'm waiting until Friday. Also, we'll have Cybernetic Husky and whoever the special guest is, maybe Books by Jay, who knows. But it's gonna be a fun stream. So thank you everybody for watching here on the Prophets of Geek Culture. I would like to thank Mr. Popculture PB for putting on a great show. And until next time, I don't know. Do we have a catchphrase here?
Fuck no.
Kneel before. Oh, it's
Not here. No kneeling.
No kneeling here.
Oh, there's kneeling.
And thank you, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next Wednesday for another great Andor review. I'm sure it'll be an exciting one. And PB would have watched the other House of Dragons. We'll do both next week. Until then, everybody have a good night, and thank you for joining us.